much, Brad and Allison, for your time to do this quick interview about the EN conference, the Electroless Nickel Conference, to be held from October 11 to 13. Is that correct? In Indianapolis, Indiana.
That's correct, yeah.
We are here with Allison Kline, which is the Chief Events Officer at Gardner Business Media, our editorial home. Brad Durkin, which is the Technical Director of the Electroless Nickel Conference. Thank you very much, both of you.
Thank you.
I have a couple of questions for you, Allison, about how is Gardner Business Media handling events through the last years?
So Gardner, for those of you that don't know, has been in business since 1928. We started with Modern Machine Shop magazine, and that's still kind of our flagship publication. But we've got 8 media brands now. They're all in durable goods manufacturing, and we produce anywhere from 10 to 14 events annually. Currently in Mexico, we have 2 trade shows and a number of technical conferences. So we've expanded in the last decade really into Mexico pretty aggressively. So typically for a conference, we look at either an emerging technology or one that we feel that the audience really needs to have more knowledge about. In the case of Electroless Nickel, it's something that the market really directly requested that we cover. So from there, we assign a technical director. In this case, it's Brad Durkin for the EN conference. And then we start to narrow down a location and dates and a venue that we feel like would best serve the industry.
And there is a history of the Electroless Nickel conferences. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So Gardner started the EN conference in 1979 when EM was really an emerging technology. So the years have gone by and it would no longer be considered an emerging technology, but it really remains one that's a very tight-knit group of people who really understand this technology and the intricacies of the technology. And the EN conference is really the only venue out there where we bring these stewards of knowledge together to share information. And I would say one of the biggest benefits of attending the conference is that direct access to these industry experts and technical giants really in the EN industry.
Yes, great. And this will be complementing the answers that Brad is going to give us in brief, because we have seen, Brad, and I will ask you about the technology itself, the Electroless Nickel technology, because we have seen in Mexico that there is a rise on demand of this kind of technology. What does this technology offer that many manufacturers are looking to have in their pieces? They want to protect their pieces with this process.
It's very interesting. Electroless nickel deposits are actually an alloy of nickel and phosphorus, and because of that, they provide a lot of engineering properties that just electrolytic nickel by itself doesn't. You know, regular nickel requires chromium or some other to provide performance, either to wear resistance or corrosion. And electroless nickel, being an alloy, gives you a full range of adaptability for different types of applications that might be viable to expand your business. Plus, electroless nickel is a lot easier to install into a plating facility than some other electrolytic types of plating.
Okay. And speaking about what Allison just told us about the history of the EN conferences, on the one hand, you have an extensive experience in the finishing industry, and now you're in charge of this EN conference. Can you tell us how you became an expert on this technology?
I've been part of the steering committee since 1993. I attended my first conference in 1985. And essentially, over my 40 years so far of career, I've been able to work with a lot of experts and people that taught me, you know, what was important about electroless nickel technology. I was involved in year 2000 when we had the ELV and the RoHS regulations come out, redeveloping the electroless nickel technology. So I have a pretty good background with that, working with people and just having hands-on experience with it. And it's just one of those things that I've always loved to work with.
And as part of this experience, you have had the chance to come to Mexico. Is that right?
Yes, actually, with my former company, Coventia, a wonderful recognized global leader of and supplier of Electroless technology, I traveled in Mexico over 7 years, and I worked with applicators there. I was involved in training seminars with our company, and also spoke at different surfing shows and things like that. So I was very impressed by the fact that in Mexico, the applicators really want to provide training to their workers. And also they want to invest in new process lines and plant equipment to provide high quality deposits. So it makes sense that Mexico can be the next emerging market for Electroless nickel technology.
That sounds very, very good. There was a time, as Allison said, that when conferences were held regularly. And for a few years, we didn't have an conference. Why is it important to bring back this kind of conference, this process?
That's a very good question. So it's been 12 years since we had the last conference. And, education is very important to the market. And so we're promoting this conference as the Electroless Nickel University, in a sense. So the first day will be a classroom focused on education, basic education, deposit properties, surface preparation, how to control the solution and things like that. And then basically we've set it up so we have 7 different sessions that cover business, quality, technology, and applications. And after each of those sessions, we're going to have a question and answer period. So the whole purpose of this particular conference is exchange with the audience. Instead of just having speakers get up and talk about a topic and then sit down, we're going to have exchanges with the audience and try to get the energy and the information that people like myself have to the audience. We have over 130 years of experience just with the instructors. And with everybody there in the room, there's probably over 400 years of experience collectively that we can pass on to those that attend the conference.
I want to point out too, Rosario, we are going to be recording all of those conference sessions because it really is an opportunity for these industry experts to talk about this particular technology. And we want to have that as a recorded, documented thing that can live on in kind of an evergreen way.
Yeah, and we're also having a certification of completion after day 1. So for those that attend day 1, the basic education, they're going to get that certificate, which I think is important.
I think you have covered, Brad, my last question, because it was about how the conference is organized, how it will be held. Actually, but I think one of the main reasons to be there is if you are just starting in the process or you already have the process in your shop, you can connect with the experts and ask all the questions you need to
yes.
ask.
And it's really a combination too of our speakers who are industry experts and also our sponsors. We have a really robust quality list of sponsors who will be on hand, and those guys, they've got the technical expertise to really help people find solutions to their problems. So we're going to be doing a lot to facilitate the networking between our sponsors and our speakers and our attendees.
It sounds like a complete package, no?
Yeah.
So thank you very much, both of you. I don't know if you want to add something, Brad, something else you
No,
want.
I hope to see everyone come and talk to us and learn about the technology. And it's a passion of mine. And I know that there's many other colleagues and friends of mine who will be there. It's also their passion. So please come and take our passion away and use it to your benefit.
Thank you very much.